EastEnders legend has quit. Natalie Cassidy has quit the show. Now, she hasn't thrown her papers at the desk. She's politely handed in her papers.
She's not done the Brian Conley or the Terry. What's his name?
Who?
Rocky Cotton. He's not
Brian
done the
Conley.
Rocky Cotton where it's just like, I'm leaving, and you guys aren't going to write me out. Or the Kira of, oh, bloody hell, my business is doing really well. See ya.
Yeah, she has quit the show, and honestly, I can understand where she's coming from. I'd assume in 2014, or well, it'd probably be earlier than that, because it takes months in advance to arrange contracts and do all that and the stuff.
Yeah.
I'd assume they had a great idea at the start, like, oh yeah, Sonia, you're gonna come back, and then you're gonna have an on and off relationship with Tina, and then you're gonna
do nothing for the next couple of years. You're gonna raise Bex. Yep, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna raise Bex with Martin.
Yeah, and then it's like you're gonna do this, and then you're gonna sort of have relations with Martin, and then you're not really, and then then his Martin's gonna turn into a bad boy, but also Dot's here, and you're gonna look after Dot, and then oh no, we made Dot quit the show because we made fun of her for being old. Oh no, now Dot's dead. Reese, we brought in a new love interest for you, Reese. Played by Johnny Freeman, and he's a lovely man. There's nothing dodgy about him. Don't check his archives. So they brought in Reese, and then obviously Reese had a secret that was revealed 2 years ago. I can't believe it's been 2 years. Where he obviously had a wife. Her name was Debbie, and Sonia had to live with the feels weird to be in a polyamorous relationship.
A weird throuple.
Yeah.
But long story short, Reese kills Debbie, lets Sonia go to prison for the murder, and then keeps Bianca hostage. But I don't know, because if you're Sonia, what you want is the show to give you a fair shake of things, right? You go, I joined again. I wanted some big storylines. You know, it's long of the days since Sonia and Martin at the start. Long since the time of that being a big relationship, because she was pretty popular and she'd have fairly decent storylines, a relationship with Jamie. You know, probably one of maybe not soulmate, but definitely true love there. And she leaves. You know, she does a bunch of diet stuff and just the usual I'm now a media star. So, yeah, okay. Nobody's invested in that. Sorry. Love you, legend. You're not getting the gigs. You're not being on the face of reality TV magazine, you know? And then obviously, like you said, they bring her back. She gets on and off with Tina. Great. It went nowhere. Raises Bex. Interesting enough. And then in the end, she does just become the Dot and Pauline kind of melded together a little bit. And like you said, you would expect that she'd want to stay because she's had a fairly decent run. She has had a very solid run.
Yeah, she joined back in 2014, and then was just given. I can say the word now. I said in the first 20 seconds in the original intro, and then I had to redo it. She's just been given shit. I don't agree with calling her a legend just yet. To me, she has proven her stripes. That she is definitely not up there with Phil, but she's definitely below it, grabbing onto the top.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure you were still here. Sorry for that. Sorry for the people. Yeah. I just quickly cut to you and then cut back to me. Sorry in advance, people. I wouldn't agree that she's a legend, of course, but she's grasping that top.
She's had 30 years as a whole on the show. Yeah. Overall, everybody knows Sonia. Everybody knows the trumpet. She's a legend. Isn't an icon. Isn't an EastEnders icon. Only icon in the sense of it being kind of silly because, haha, the trumpet, you know. But still, she has an impact on the show, and she has a fairly big impact. Everybody knows Natalie Cassidy. Everybody knows, the amount of impressionists who do a Sonia impression. She still has a decent amount of impact. I think that it's probably a strike while the iron's hot, if I had to guess. It's okay, storyline coming to an end. This one, isn't exactly how you probably... probably wasn't pitched like this, you know? Sonia's finally gonna find true love and have a baby. It's gonna be great. She's gonna get to redo what she couldn't do with Bex. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, but Reese actually turned out to be dodgy. Dodgy. It's fine. He was in Martin. Martin killed my first love, anyways. Be fine. I can work with that. Oh no, he's a murderer and he's gonna lock up Bianca. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you said he was gonna become a murderer. What about that last one? And it's just it's hold on. It's a very strange way, but with the Channel 4 gig, with the extra presenting that she's been doing, it's the most prominent she's been in a long time. If you had to imagine that. It's the most prominent she's been in a long time, so perhaps it's now time to strike while the iron's hot and go, okay, I've spent a good 11 years here, found the partner on set, she got married like a cameraman or something, got the life all together, and now she is as prominent as she's been. Maybe it's time to leave, simply because even Natalie Cassidy probably knows that Sonia's character's brown bread. It's over. But yeah, sure, you could redo it, but especially in the new era, someone like Sonia's probably on the chopping block. Let's be honest. She should be. She always should be, because how much does the character really bring to the show? And in this case, and I don't think it's her fault because she's done the best of what she's been given, this current storyline's been absolute cheeks. It's been garbage. It's not been great. It's not as nuanced as you'd like it to be, and at the end of the day, it's probably done damage to all of the characters involved. Was the juice worth the squeeze with this storyline? I don't even think Natalie Cassidy believes that.
I'll read the article, obviously. I'll read the article and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards. People who know me know I'm a bitter Reese hater. I've got that T-shirt. I'm accepting members into my club. No homers allowed though. I'm only allowed one homer. No homers though. That's a Simpsons reference. So yeah, I'm just reading on. EastEnders actor. It should be actress. Politically correct. Come on now.
No. The point is you say actor because it shouldn't be. You shouldn't denigrate it based on gender.
Oh, sorry. Actor.
You're in the wrong here.
Sorry. Natalie Cassidy has quit the BBC One soap. And RTE One, I'll have you know. The actor who has played Sonia Fowler on the show on and off since 1993. What? 1993. Yep. Made the announcement ahead of the highly anticipated 40th anniversary next month. A statement filed this on. Classic. She said, I feel extreme.
Classic EastEnders.
I'm going to announce it in the soap. It could be worse. She could have made an Instagram story just like, that guy that shot on Arthur's bench, just that, I leave. She said, I feel extremely sad.
Written on an Etch-a-Sketch. I leave.
I feel, as she said, I feel extremely sad that by writing this, very excited. After another 11 solid years back on the square, I've decided it's time to move on pastures. New.
Solid is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Yep. EastEnders is in my bones, so I will never forget where I started my career, and I will continue to love the show. I don't mean to
Korea.
I don't mean to be rude, right? But actually, do you have the article open on like your? Yes. Look at the image they used for Sonia Fowler.
It's such a bad image.
Why would you surely poor Natalie? You fucking her over. Thank you to Chris Crenshaw for the opportunity to be such a big part of the 40th anniversary. It's an honour. See you, Sonia, going, but never forget you, and never forgotten. Soapbox Chris Crenshaw added, over the last 31 years in EastEnders, Natalie has been involved in some of the show's most iconic and explosive storylines. Her portrayal of Sonia has made her a firm fan favourite amongst the viewers. I won't be revealing the finite details relating to her exit, but I can say she will take a central role in the 40th anniversary storylines. In a week of truly unmissable drama that will change the lives of those in Walford forever. I'd like to thank Natalie for her time at EastEnders, and I wish her all the best for her future. Sonia's current storyline has seen her serve time in prison for the death of Debbie Colwell. The wife of her fiancé Reese is the one who actually murdered her and forced Bianca to confess to the crime to secure Sonia's release. She's currently suspicious of him, and the truth is very close to coming out. But how exactly will this all tie into the anniversary week? and it's
It's the
special life
news that
episode.
we didn't want to hear. It's the news that we didn't want to hear. We were vehemently saying, please wrap up the restart before the anniversary. Please wrap up the restart before the anniversary. Please, for I will sacrifice something that is of any worth to any gods out there, hypothetically speaking, in this fictional scenario. I'll do anything. I'll do anything to avoid Sonia and Reese being one of the key storylines in the anniversary. But it's been confirmed now. It's been confirmed. So let's set this up. Sonia's gonna give birth in the anniversary week. That's all speculation. Fully said. Speculation. I 100% believe Sonia's going to give birth in the anniversary week. It'll be like, remember when she did this 20 years ago? Hey, I'm sure Big Mo's going to help deliver the baby as well. You know? And at the same time, Reese's secret will be outed. So perhaps he tries to flee with the baby. Perhaps that's why the image of the car crashed, with the dodgy electrics, could lead to the Queen Vic fire. But in the end, I feel like Reese will be caught or killed. Let's be honest. Reese will be caught or killed. There's no way he's ever being brought back after this. Simply saying. So, and with that, I'd imagine Sonia finally reunited with Bianca, who will also return during the week. Sonia and Bianca will probably leave with maybe Julia's theme. Maybe not. Probably not. She doesn't deserve it.
She does.
Sorry, Sonia. She can have it, I guess. But if you want,
look, if Karen Taylor can have it, she can have it.
But point being, she will probably, her and Bianca and the baby will leave the show, kind of leading for more families and a different angle. Perhaps some Brannings returning. Perhaps some more maybe probably not more Mitchells, but just more like this. And it's kind of interesting because of the timing, right? The timing of how this is done. It says that Natalie Cassidy quits, but we are changing executive producer, and that's typically where a bunch of people quit the show. Guys, I'm leaving of my own choice. I didn't get fired. I quit. Maybe Ben Wadey's already gone. Yeah, see you, Sonia. See ya. Obviously, we don't know that, and we can't exclaim. We'd have to imagine that she has decided to. The grass is greener. I'm going to go get 2 jobs at Channel 4 and not work again, and then come back to EastEnders in 5 years. So sorry. That's just how it is.
I see.
It's really mean and it's really rude, but tell me I'm wrong.
See, I'm wondering, because they've already filmed Reese's exit. Do you reckon they'll refilm some of it, so it's just like, not Bianca and Sonia just leave quickly as well? Do you reckon they'll just...
I don't think so. I think the news has come out now, but if from like a PR perspective, and you don't play into the public perception that heavily, but I could easily see Chris Crenshaw kind of being like, all right, we're losing them. We're losing interest here. It's not looking good, guys. It's really not looking good. And, maybe there was some credence to what people are saying that, is Sonia ruined? Probably. And it's like Whitney. At some point, the right decision is to just have the character leave. Because sometimes you just need characters, you just need certain storylines, you just need to have a break. You need to forget that it ever happened. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what the Reese storyline is going to end up being. Hey, maybe at the anniversary it ends up being really explosive and worthwhile, and everything that Reese has done comes back to haunt him, and it's really, really good. But I'm not particularly I don't believe that outcome is going to happen.
I guess because now I'll give my final thoughts, and I do want to just shout out. I know I should have done this when I was reading the article, but just want to shout out. Outside of EastEnders, Cassidy hosts 2 podcasts that you should check out. She definitely has a better production than us. Life with Nat and Off the Telly. So if you are here and you're wondering if you want to hear Natalie Cassidy's opinion, you can go to Life with Nat or Off the Telly, and she will say it in a lovely way that every YouTuber does when they do an apology. I didn't leave, I quit. Yeah. So my thoughts is just, I, because to me, I'm not going fuck you, Natalie Cassidy. Why'd you quit? But to me, this just doesn't make me interested in the storyline, because I want to see what Sonia would be like dealing with the aftermath of like the person she loved killed his wife and then blamed it on you, and then blamed it on and chained your sister up in a warehouse, in a storage unit. Sorry to be correct, in a storage unit.
Yeah.
So I want to see like them play with that, but now I just don't give a shit. Like, I'm like, Reese is leaving, Sonia's leaving. Who cares? Yeah. And Bianca, I already knew was leaving because there's no way you're having Patsy Palmer fly in every 2 weeks from the United States to England to film a scene. There's no way.
And she was solely brought in to, like, has been a pretty good like role. She's done well with what she's had, and she's definitely had a lot of stuff to work with. But fundamentally, she was brought in to be with Whitney and kind of out the secret with Zach and Lauren, and then with Sonia deal with the Reese situation. So she has managed perfectly fine. But yeah, it's the main issue now is just hoping that you stem the bleeding. Like you kind of, it's not sunk cost fallacy, but even though I kind of believe that that's what this storyline is at this point. You conceived it and you're like, wow, that's going to be really good. It's like a modern version of like a killer, but he's not really a killer. He's not really a bad guy, but he is. And he keeps getting pushed further, even though we saw what Keanu did last year. Which, had the 6 not have been there, probably would have ended the same way. You know what I mean? Like, it was supposed to be a more down-to-earth story, but through it trying to be down-to-earth, it's just become more and more far-fetched, leaving a lot of the viewers wondering. And hey, perhaps, tell us out there, are you a big Reese, Sonia, Bianca fan? Have you enjoyed this storyline? We would love to hear from you, because everything I hear is just discontent. Even my brother, who, he's been watching it since, Christmas 2023?
Mm-hmm.
Even he's like, I'm just sick of all these. I'm just sick of this storyline so much. I don't care anymore.
It's so like again, don't get me wrong. Like I don't want people to go out of their way to genuinely hate the actors, the actresses, whatever you want to call them. But genuinely, this feels like when they're gonna make a Marvel movie, and it's like, we're gonna have all these cameos by all these past. I know they're not doing a cameo fest, but just imagine, like, we have all these cameos, and then they all show up, and it's like, wow, it's like I've seen you in No Way Home. What are you doing here? Wow. Yeah, and plus with the plan that like Sonia, Natalie Cassidy did leave for a few months to film for Channel 4, it kind of halted the storyline, and then they went, Patsy Palmer, come in quickly. Bianca, you're here.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, we're going to put
fill
you
the gap.
here.
Fill the gap.
And then it's just like, yeah, but like I feel like they've also ruined Bianca's character, because to me, Bianca might be stupid, but she's not stupid. Like, she's like
she is an idiot, but she's not just a clown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she will cause herself problems, but she's not just blatantly following a murderer to his murderer lockup, because he's definitely kept a murder weapon in this secret lockup that's never been mentioned.
Yeah.
I know it's like supposed to come from desperation, but yeah, and like even the depression stuff as well, like, yeah, it's just there's just been a lot of damage to these characters. And as a final thing, I suppose, good luck to Natalie Cassidy. I've been quite rude. I've been quite mean. But good luck to Natalie Cassidy. You've had more exposure in the last year or two than you have on the show for years. It's been a long time since your initial peak as Sonia, but still, this is where you have the most eyeballs on you. Good luck on your whatever you do next, and we hope you continue to succeed. And we still hope that one day, once the dust settles, you can return to the show and have a different story that's not this.
And I'll just wrap it up saying, again, flowers go to like Natalie Cassidy. She is, to me, she just to wrap my final point around. She does kind of fit the Dot mold. Yeah, that you do need to tweak it a little bit. 'Cause you don't really want her to be Dot or Pauline. You just want her to be like it, but not exactly. So you don't really want to copy it. I feel like there's a few tweakings that I think she could be a good like character in 20 years. Like you keep it there for 20 years, she could be a great like legacy character.
You'd never kill her off.
Yeah, just do what you did with Dot.
Until the end, of course.
You just do what you did with Dot. Just let her come in and go when she feels like it, and then like leave when she has to. And obviously, again, my final point is, congrats Natalie Cassidy. You're finding better work. Soaps are a very hard thing to do. People don't give it a lot of credit, but like generally,
I mean, she's been a working actress on and off for like what 20, 30 years at this point. Like high, fast-paced environment.
And again,
not people would cry for such a storied career.
And just again, thank you, Natalie Cassidy. I'll try and be less harsh on your storyline with Reese. But again, just thank you, Natalie Cassidy, and again, just one last time, she hosts 2 podcasts, Like for Nat and Off the Telly. So if you do want to,
I suppose also let's figure that, judging that this has been announced now, you'd have to imagine this was prepared ahead of time, and you'd have to imagine that she has been delicately written out, knowing that she was going to leave. Like she probably just went, "I'm not renewing this contract. I'll see out this term. I'll see out this storyline, but I'm not returning." So, fingers crossed, she'll have a very succinct wrap up of her story, and it'll just be interesting to see how they play it. But if this is the end, I'm probably going to be a little bit less harsh on the direction, knowing that we are finally at the end of the Reese Colwell era.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.